Um,
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of where we talk about nutrition as a tool to improve a child's behavior or just their overall health. And here again with Sonya Bell, who is a certified
Holistic health
holistic
coach.
health coach
Hmm.
and who just has a wealth of information sharing her personal experience as a mother,
Hmm.
her son, helping to feed him to a healthy lifestyle as well as the whole family. So now let's talk about school.
Okay.
Okay, so now that he's in school,
Hmm.
and of course he can't eat this and he can't eat that, how
Hmm.
did you communicate to the school, the teacher, and what did you, I guess, not instruct the teacher but inform her to do when it came to his health?
Okay. Um, the school. At first, honestly, I was hesitant for him to go to school.
Okay.
Let me just start right there.
Hmm.
I was hesitant because he was two when he was diagnosed, but then when he was three is when they suggested we have him enrolled in a special needs pre-K.
Okay.
And small setting,
Hmm.
two teachers, I think maybe two or three teachers in the classroom,
Hmm.
and they had no more than I think seven students.
Hmm.
um, and it was for a half a day program
Hmm.
initially to start with, and I just didn't want I just, I didn't want him to go. I wanted to take care of him at home.
Hmm.
So when it was time for him to go to school, once I got past the hesitancy, I was able to do that. And I knew that we would have to provide a lunch for him. The school did provide a snack, they provide lunches. But with him being gluten free and also not being able to have dairy, and we took it a step further because we noticed that he also had to stay away from artificial colors. That's in a
Hmm.
whole lot of stuff, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
when you look at school lunches, they don't really have special lunches. They just have gluten and certain things that they have pasta and they have the little pizzas and they have sandwiches so they have gluten.
Hmm.
And um and it was my responsibility as his mom to provide for that. I didn't
Right.
really expect them to do it, but I knew it was important for me to communicate with the teacher what his dietary needs were.
Hmm.
So I made lunches for him every day, and I made sure that they knew. I wrote out, like, it was either handwritten or it was typed, whatever.
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
remember exactly,
Hmm.
but they had a list of foods that he had to avoid.
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
And they it was so when you're a teacher and you look at that
Hmm.
list,
Oh yeah.
you're like, okay,
Yes.
thank you, Miss Bell, for bringing
Hmm.
his lunch,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it's a lot, and they don't want to be responsible for that, and I
Hmm.
understand that communication is key. Communicate with that educator.
Hmm.
You're an educator,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
a parent, so
Hmm.
I'm going to let you know, okay, well, he can't have, these are the things that he's
Right.
sensitive to, he can't
Right.
have. And teachers appreciated that.
Yes.
They
Yes.
appreciated that, and I provided lunch, I provided the beverage he was going to drink. They
Hmm.
appreciated that because most, I mean, I'm not judging anybody, but a lot of those juice boxes have artificial colors and a lot of sugar, and
Hmm.
that was harmful to him.
Hmm.
And so I had a different option. We would find like a juice that was just juice and
Hmm.
no added colors.
Right.
There's
Right.
several out there. Sometimes just a little bottle of water or whatever. But we
Right.
did that. They were good with that. We also had special snacks for him.
Mm.
Wrote his name on everything.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
special snacks that she kept. And when she ran out, she would let me know we're almost out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a partnership,
Yes.
and we work together, and they were very appreciative, and they noticed when his behavior changed for the
Mm.
better,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, the food does make a difference,
Yeah.
they could see that.
And parents, I'm telling you, it really does help when you communicate with your child's teacher to let us know that these are things that they need to stay away from. Not because we think you're trying to be difficult, but because you're trying to help your child. And so if we look at it like a partnership, like she said, sometimes we don't want to be responsible for all of these things, but if we know it's for the betterment of the
Mhm.
overall health of that child, because we do want them focused in school. We do
Mhm.
want them listening and learning and attentive to instruction. But if you feel like if you feel like that's too much, then we don't know what to do. You have to tell us. You have to be the advocate for your child.
Mhm.
You have to do that, okay? Just please understand that. You must be an advocate for your child's health, all right?
That's right.
Okay, so let's see. What what type of questions do you feel? Um, I heard you mention they wanted to put him in a special needs pre-K.
Mhm.
What type of questions did you have when you heard we want to put him in a special needs pre-K because of, you know,
Okay.
hmm
Well, he had just received the autism diagnosis, and they felt that going to school early, would help
hmm
support his education.
okay,
And the special needs pre-K, after I talked with the teachers and I understood, because he wouldn't have been successful in a normal classroom,
right,
you know.
hmm
And when your child has special needs, they need special attention.
right,
I was okay with that,
right,
So I was okay with that. I just needed to know, and safety measures too. Some kids that I don't know what you have experienced, but some kids that are on the spectrum, they're runners.
oh yeah,
They like to run.
oh yeah,
So we had a situation one time at school
uh-huh,
where he changed the whole plan because right outside of the special needs pre-K classroom door, they had like a little play area
hmm
for the kids, right?
hmm hmm
But there was no fence or anything around that area.
mm,
And then sometimes they would just take them on the regular playground.
right,
So one day, my son took off running towards this main highway,
oh no,
and one of the assistant teachers, she had to kick off her shoes to go after him.
oh no,
She caught him,
right,
and after that, then I noticed they had a gate around the little play area.
a gluten gate,
He changed the whole trajectory. But yes, it was kind of funny, but not at the
right,
time. But
right,
I was like, what? But he was a runner,
oh my
and
goodness,
so
oh.
he just would take off. I mean, yeah, I could tell you stories.
Yeah,
But I won't go into
I've
that.
seen a lot of runners, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. Like you think sitting here now, hearing this experience, I'm thinking, was that runner gluten intolerant? Is that what it was?
Was it
So,
artificial colors? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's amazing. Look, parents, I'm here to tell you, when you start researching the allergies as a result of food coloring and gluten and all of these additives, it is mind blowing. I told Sonya, I said, I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat anything, anything, but it's just choices.
Yes.
You have to make better choices and just become more educated on how you need to eat. Okay, and
Mhm.
especially with children, the way that they developed, and we'll get
Mhm.
into how these additives and colorings, how they affect or have the impact on a child's development. Okay,
I
so
want
we'll
to
get
share.
into
I
that.
have so many
Sure,
stories.
go
I want to
ahead.
share another story.
Oh,
Since
absolutely.
we're talking about school things,
Right,
right?
right,
And
right.
so this happened in school. They had small. He's special needs pre-K,
Mhm.
small group.
Mhm.
They would have circle time,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
so he never wanted to sit still in the circle.
Okay.
He would always get up and run around.
Mhm.
He would get up and run around in circles in the classroom, and they would have to try to bring him back, sit
Mhm.
him down.
Mhm.
He would get up and run around again. And it was like a never ending thing. He
Mhm.
would do this all the time.
Mhm.
And so, and also cafeteria time, when it's time for lunch,
Right.
they would allow this group to go in first,
Right.
right?
Right.
They would go in first and have
Right.
their lunch. And it never failed. As soon as more of the kids came in and the noise got
Sensory.
louder,
Mhm.
sensory overload,
Mhm.
he would do the same thing.
Right.
He would get up in the cafeteria and want to run around the whole cafeteria.
Mm.
So, and then at this time, they had something called a Rifkin chair, I think. I'm not sure
Okay.
if they
Yeah.
still use
I,
that. I
I
don't know.
haven't heard
But
that in a
basically,
while.
it was a chair it was almost like a high chair. If you think
Mhm.
of a high chair and
Mhm.
you secure the child in the high chair so
Mhm.
they won't fall and hurt themselves,
Mhm.
similar. So they would secure him in the chair so he wouldn't get up and run around.
Mhm.
Well, after we changed the diet and a few other things that we did,
Yeah.
the teacher noticed he sat there in the circle in the classroom. He sat in circle time without getting up running around. He went into the cafeteria and he didn't get up and run around. They no longer needed that Rifkin chair.
Amazing.
Amazing. They no longer
Wow.
needed that.
Just changing the diet.
Yes.
Ah, it's mind
Just
blowing.
dietary changes.
It is mind
We
blowing.
didn't do any medication. It was just dietary changes. Food can be your medicine.
Yes.
Let food be thy medicine is true.
Yes.
If you know what you're doing, if you
Yes.
have proper guidance,
Yes.
and you know where to start,
Yes.
and that's part of this whole process. Like why we're here to educate you parents is to let you know that you can start wherever you are, you can start along the journey. Don't feel like it's too late. You can
Right.
pick up right where you are and move forward and take
Yes.
steps to improve and have better health.
Of nutrition,
Hmm.
and if you have to make a choice, try to make a healthier choice.
Hmm.
And I must admit, I'm getting there. Throughout this process, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning. So you'll
Hmm.
see some changes in me as well as we go along this journey. But it is truly an amazing um, process, just understanding and learning how food. They used to say you are what you eat. I don't know if that's still true. If you eat crazy, well, I shouldn't say that. If you eat unhealthy, then you might have unhealthy thoughts,
Yeah. Yeah.
because your mind is so cluttered
Hmm.
that, you can't think clearly. All right. This is amazing, guys. We're going to wrap it up and just stay tuned. Comment below. There are links to websites. There's links to information. Most of the things that we discuss, I'll try to put a link down below so that you can. I've done the homework for you. All you have to do is click the link, sit tight, look at it, listen. You could, at your convenience, your leisure. So we're doing the homework for you. We're showing you, giving you a path to take so that you can make some healthy choices for you and your family. So
Right.
until next time, bye.
Bye.